Alright, so Terrifier 3 released into the theaters a couple of weeks ago. I got to see it last week. I have finally found time to film a review, so here we go. Alright, so Terrifier 3 was my introduction to the Terrifier franchise. I've never seen Terrifier 1 or 2. Well, now I've seen them. I've seen all the movies now, but I started watching them all with this movie. And you know what? I was pretty nervous, to say the least, going into this. I've heard some things about this movie. I've seen clips on the internet, some things about this movie, and it's enough to scar someone for life. And there's scenes in the first two movies that got stuck in my head that I've seen on the internet, so I kind of knew what to expect going into this movie, but it doesn't change the fact that I was still just a tiny bit nervous to sit down and watch this movie, because just know how crazy it was. What did I think about it? Here is my review. Before I get started, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your opinions on Terrifier 3. I want to know all that and more. Stay tuned. There will be a Terrifier ranking in the next couple of days. If you want to share your Terrifier ranking, that'll be coming in the next couple of days. And with that said, let's get started with talking about Terrifier 3. It's awesome. I mean, I loved this movie. I thought it was great. It's messed up. I actually talked to some of my family members, some of my friends that don't intend on watching the movie, and I flat out told them some specific sequences in the movie, and because of how bizarre and absolutely insane it was, they just didn't believe me. And so I'm like, I'm being dead serious. This is what that movie is. It is absolutely insane. From the bonkers first opening scene to the kills throughout the entire movie, it's messed up. But I loved it. I loved this movie. I thought it was fantastic and a great introduction for me to watch Terrifier. Of course, the first thing we got to talk about when you talk about any Terrifier movie is Art the Clown and the kills, and it's fantastic. Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton, is awesome. And it's a theme that I'm noticing watching all three movies, is that David Howard Thornton is absolutely phenomenal, freaking nominal in this role. He's able to be funny while also being genuinely terrifying, and it's really, really cool. Like, you look at scenes and I was dying laughing in the theater, and then the next scene he takes a chainsaw to someone's nutsack. That's how insane the movie was, and I don't think it would have worked if David Howard Thornton played it any better. David Howard Thornton doesn't say a single word in any of these movies. In fact, he doesn't even make a sound. What he does do is the facial expressions, the physical expressions, and it's awesome. It's hilarious. I love Art the Clown. I think he's one of the best killers, one of the best horror movie villains, hands down, of all time. And that could feel a bit like it could feel a bit recency bias, is what I'm trying to say. But I still feel like, yeah, he's one of the best horror movie characters of all time. He is fantastic. And the kills here are great. The movie starts out light spoiler territory here. The movie's been out for a couple of weeks. If you've seen the movie, go ahead and stay. If not, you can click off right now or skip a little bit further in the future. What I'm trying to say is, the opening scene starts off with Art the Clown dressed as Santa Claus. We've seen it in the trailers. We knew it was going to start off with a bang here. Some people weren't going to like it, but, it's messed up. Like, it doesn't ease away from anything. It doesn't, like, try to ease you into it. No, it is still completely messed up, because the opening scene is Art the Clown dressed as Santa Claus walking into the house, brutally murdering the child and the husband, as the mother walk into the room where the child's scattered body pieces are scattered around, and screaming while Art is just laughing at her. Like that's how the movie starts, is by that. Okay. You know you're in for something if that's how the movie starts. I mean, we have so many iconic kills that have just been engraved in my brain, and like, yeah, it's just prosthetic blood, but the makeup and effects here are fantastic. Like, I loved it. Like, it all looks great for the budget that it was on. I mean, just great. But the kills, creative, awesome as well. For a newbie like me, someone who has not seen a single other movie of the Terrifier franchise going into this, I thought it adjusted well for me. Yeah, it kind of takes up past Terrifier 2, kind of continues the storyline that movie has, but I feel like it just adjusts you well into this. Like, you can be here and just enjoy the movie for Art the Clown killing people, and it has plenty of kills and stuff, but it also like kind of explains it a little better. And even after watching Terrifier 2, I think that this movie personally explains the lore and stuff a little bit better than that movie does. So that's just another huge positive. The cast, great. Lauren Lavera as Sienna Shaw, I think is a fantastic final girl, and she is just hands down fantastic in the movie. She's able to display so much emotion while also like being cool as a final girl. I think she's one of the best modern final girls, maybe even up there in the top 10 of all time. I think she is fantastic in this movie, but everybody else was great in here as well. So, man, this is just a movie that was 100% made for me. It's not going to be made for everybody. That easily, the movie's got Art brutally murdering children. It's not going to be for everybody. At all. At all. But the movie was made for me. I am into horror stuff. I have never seen a movie like this. Another thing, too, was the vibe of the movie. I've never seen anything like it. Like, it felt like a movie from the 80s while also being kind of, it felt like a classic Christmas movie is what it was. Where, like, you get the fuzz on the screen that you get in, like, a movie from the early 2000s or the late 90s or 80s. And you just felt the vibe. It's such a cool vibe inside the movie as well. I've never seen anything like it before. Same thing with like the rest of the Terrifier movies. They're just movies that I haven't seen before. And it's just so cool and so unique and so original that I just can't help but love it. This whole movie, I was telling myself, this movie's awesome. This movie is awesome. This is up there for one of the best movies of the year. I mean, the ending battle is Sienna and Art the Clown. Art the Clown has a chainsaw. She's got a sword, and they're just fighting. Like a sword fight. With a chainsaw. It's awesome. Like it is absolutely awesome. The movie also ends on a cliffhanger, so like, Terrifier 4, when it's coming, that'll be on my most anticipated list. I'm really looking forward to Terrifier 4. So I just love this movie. I thought it was great. Again, not going to be for everybody, but it was for me. Before I give you my final score, please make sure to subscribe, like button, and hit the bell. And comment down below, what is your opinions on Terrifier 3? I want to know all that down below and more. With that said, Terrifier 3 was one of the best movies of this year so far. It had blood, guts, Art the Clown's great, the cast is great, the characters are great. I hands down really enjoyed this movie. That's why Terrifier 3 is going to get an A+. Yep, that's right. I gave Terrifier 3 an A+. And alright, again, comment down below what is your opinions on Terrifier 3. I want to know all that and more. Stay tuned for the Terrifier ranking in a couple days. This was the first video of the Zachary Movie Chat 2024 Halloween special. We haven't really done much the last couple of years for that. That's going to change. I'm going to have this, the Terrifier ranking, Smile 2 review. I'm going to go see a mystery movie tonight, and it's confirmed horror, so I'm going to review that as part of this. So there's going to be a ton of horror content coming up in this next weeks. With that said, subscribe to the Nerd Army. Peace out.